At age 52, he was $30,000 in debt selling milkshake machines nobody wanted. He had failed at everything: paper cups, real estate, music. Then he walked into a small burger restaurant in California and saw something nobody else could see. 20 years later, Ray Kroc built McDonald's into a $8 billion empire. This is the true story of the world's greatest salesman. Ray Kroc didn't start young. He wasn't a tech genius or trust fund kid. He was a 52-year-old failed salesman with diabetes, arthritis, and a desperate need to prove he hadn't wasted his life. Most people his age were planning retirement. Kroc was about to build the most successful restaurant franchise in history by seeing what others missed. That consistency, speed, and systems could be quality and creativity. He was right. Raymond Albert Kroc was born on October 5, 1902 in Oak Park, Illinois, a Chicago suburb. His father was a real estate agent who struggled financially. His mother took in boarders to make ends meet. The family was working class, always worried about money. Ray showed entrepreneurial instincts early. At age 15 during World War I, he lied about his age to become a Red Cross ambulance driver. The war ended before he shipped overseas, so Ray returned to Chicago and dropped out of high school. He never graduated. He never went to college. His entire education ended at age 15. For the next 35 years, Ray Kroc tried everything and failed at most of it. He worked as a piano player in nightclubs and on the radio. He sold paper cups for Lily Tulip Cup Company for 17 years, moderately successful but never wealthy. He tried selling real estate in Florida during the 1920s boom. The market crashed. He tried selling multi-mixers, machines that could make 5 milkshakes simultaneously. Restaurants weren't interested. By 1954, Ray Kroc was 52 years old, divorced, remarried, diabetic, arthritic, and $30,000 in debt, about $350,000 today. He was still traveling the country selling Prince Castle multi-mixers, driving a Lincoln he couldn't afford, staying in cheap motels, eating at diners. His marriage was strained. His health was declining. Most people would have admitted defeat. But Kroc kept going. He had an insight that would change everything. Restaurants bought 1 or 2 mixers maximum because they didn't make enough shakes to need more. But one restaurant, a drive-in in San Bernardino, California, run by brothers Dick and Mac McDonald, had ordered 8 mixers. 8. That meant they were selling 40 shakes simultaneously. Kroc had to see this operation. In 1954, Kroc drove from Illinois to San Bernardino. What he found shocked him. A small octagonal building with no indoor seating. A simple menu: hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, drinks, and milkshakes. Prices were incredibly cheap, to 15 cents for a hamburger. And there was a line of customers around the block. Dick and Mac McDonald had revolutionized fast food, but they didn't know it. They'd spent years perfecting their speedy service system. Traditional restaurants had large menus, waitresses, plates, and silverware. Service was slow. The McDonald brothers eliminated all of it. Their kitchen was designed like an assembly line. One person grilled burgers, another dressed them, another handled fries, another made shakes. Each worker did one task repeatedly, becoming incredibly fast. The brothers had measured every movement, eliminated wasted steps, and created a production system that could serve a hamburger in 30 seconds. Everything was standardized. Every burger weighed exactly 1.6 ounces. Every bun was identical. Every order was the same. Quality was consistent because the system was consistent. Customers knew exactly what they'd get every single time. The brothers had opened their first restaurant in 1940 using traditional methods: large menu, car hops, customized orders. It was successful but chaotic. In 1948, they closed for 3 months, redesigned everything, and reopened with the speedy system. Revenue exploded. By 1954, they were making $350,000 annually, about $4 million today, from one location. Several entrepreneurs had approached the brothers about franchising. They'd sold 21 franchises, but the brothers weren't organized. They had no training system, no standards enforcement, no supply chain. Franchisees did whatever they wanted. The McDonald brothers were content making their $350,000 per year. They didn't want the stress of expansion. Ray Kroc saw what the brothers couldn't. This system could work anywhere. Every city in America had working-class families who wanted cheap, fast, consistent food. If you replicated this exact system, same menu, same speed, same prices, you'd dominate. The brothers had invented something revolutionary and weren't capitalizing on it. Kroc pitched them immediately. He'd franchise McDonald's nationwide, maintaining quality standards and training franchisees properly. The brothers would receive 0.5% of gross sales. Kroc would keep the rest. The brothers agreed, signing a franchise contract with Kroc on March 2, 1955. Ray Kroc, at age 52, finally had his opportunity. Kroc opened his first McDonald's on April 15, 1955, in Des Plaines, Illinois, just outside Chicago. He invested his entire life savings, approximately $25,000, into building the restaurant. He was $30,000 in debt and now another $25,000 in the hole. If this failed, he was financially destroyed. Kroc obsessed over replicating the brothers' system exactly. Same octagonal design, same equipment layout, same menu, same prices. He timed every operation. He trained employees personally. He inspected the restaurant constantly. Everything had to be perfect. The Des Plaines location was immediately successful, earning $366.12 in sales on opening day. But Kroc quickly realized the franchise agreement was terrible for him. He received 1.9% of gross sales, the brothers got 0.5%, and Kroc kept 1.4%. After paying rent, equipment costs, and operating expenses, Kroc was making almost nothing. In the first year, Kroc sold 18 franchises. By 1956, he'd sold 28, but he was still losing money. The 1.4% franchise fee didn't cover his costs. Many nights, Kroc couldn't pay himself a salary. He was 54 years old, working 70-hour weeks and barely surviving financially. Most people would have quit. Kroc's breakthrough came from his financial advisor, Harry Sonneborn, who suggested a radical idea. Don't make money from franchise fees, make money from real estate. McDonald's Corporation would lease land, build the restaurants, then sublease everything to franchisees at a markup. Franchisees would pay rent to McDonald's, not building owners. Kroc loved it. In 1956, he founded Franchise Realty Corporation, later McDonald's Real Estate Company. This company would own or control the land under every McDonald's. Franchisees would pay McDonald's rent at about 20% above market rate. This created two revenue streams: franchise fees and real estate profits. The real estate strategy transformed everything. McDonald's wasn't just a restaurant company, it was a real estate empire with restaurants on top. By controlling the land, McDonald's controlled the franchisees. If franchisees didn't maintain standards, McDonald's could terminate their lease. This gave Kroc unprecedented power to enforce quality. Ray Kroc was fanatical about consistency. He believed McDonald's competitive advantage was that customers knew exactly what they'd get at every location. A Big Mac in New York had to taste identical to a Big Mac in Los Angeles. This required militant standardization. Kroc created a training program called Hamburger University, which opened in 1961 in the basement of a McDonald's in Elk Grove Village, Illinois. Franchisees and managers attended classes on McDonald's operations, quality control, customer service, and business management. Graduates received a Bachelor of Hamburgerology degree. It sounds ridiculous, but it worked. Kroc wrote detailed operations manuals covering every aspect of running a McDonald's. The manuals specified potato types for fries, oil temperature, 365 degrees Fahrenheit, cooking time, exactly 3 minutes, salt measurements, precise amounts, and hundreds of other details. Nothing was left to chance. Kroc personally inspected restaurants unannounced. He'd arrive, order food, and examine everything. If the parking lot had litter, he'd pick it up himself, then scream at the manager. If the bathrooms weren't spotless, franchisees heard about it. If fries were soggy or burgers were cold, Kroc would threaten to terminate the franchise. His obsession extended to suppliers. Kroc demanded consistency from potato farmers, beef suppliers, and bun bakers. He worked with Simplot to create frozen French fries that tasted identical to fresh-cut fries but could be standardized across all locations. He partnered with Martin Brower Company to create a dedicated distribution system ensuring every McDonald's received identical products. Kroc also innovated marketing. While competitors focused on food quality, Kroc focused on experience and convenience. McDonald's advertising emphasized speed, cleanliness, and family-friendly atmosphere. The Golden Arches became America's most recognized restaurant symbol. By 1961, Kroc was opening one McDonald's per day. By 1963, McDonald's had sold its 1 billionth hamburger. The company was growing exponentially, but Kroc still didn't own it outright. The McDonald brothers still had ultimate control. By 1961, Ray Kroc had built McDonald's into a national phenomenon with over 200 locations, but he was frustrated. The McDonald brothers received 0.5% of all gross sales while doing nothing. Kroc did all the work and barely made any money. The brothers could veto his decisions. He didn't control the company he'd built. Kroc approached the brothers about buying them out. They agreed to sell for $2.7 million, $1 million each after taxes. In 1961, $2.7 million was an enormous sum, about $27 million today. Kroc didn't have the money. He had to borrow the entire amount from investors and banks. The deal closed in 1961. Kroc paid the brothers $2.7 million for their rights to McDonald's, the name, and the system. But there was a problem. The original McDonald's restaurant in San Bernardino wasn't included in the sale. The brothers had negotiated to keep it. Kroc was furious but couldn't renegotiate. Kroc got revenge. He opened a McDonald's 1 block away from the brothers' original restaurant. With national advertising, standardized operations, and lower prices, Kroc's location crushed the brothers' business. Within a few years, the original McDonald's closed. The brothers, who'd invented the system, ended up with $1 million each, while Kroc built a multi-billion-dollar empire. Many consider this ruthless. Kroc later admitted he overpaid the brothers and resented them for decades. But from Kroc's perspective, he'd taken their small operation and built it into something they never could have achieved. The brothers were content making $350,000 annually from one restaurant. Kroc created a global empire. After buying out the brothers, Kroc fully controlled McDonald's. He pushed expansion aggressively. In 1965, McDonald's went public at $22.50 per share. The IPO raised millions for expansion. By 1968, McDonald's had 1,000 locations. By 1972, it had 2,000. The company's growth was unprecedented. Throughout the 1960s and 1970s, Ray Kroc transformed McDonald's from a regional chain into a global empire. His strategies combined relentless expansion, technological innovation, and marketing genius. Kroc expanded internationally, opening the first Canadian McDonald's in 1967, followed by locations in Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, and eventually worldwide. By 1976, McDonald's had locations in Japan, Germany, Australia, and across Europe. The Golden Arches became a symbol of American capitalism globally. Menu innovation came slowly because Kroc resisted change. He believed in the original simple menu, but franchisees pushed for variety. In 1968, McDonald's added the Big Mac, created by franchisee Jim Delligatti in Pittsburgh. It became McDonald's signature item. In 1972, they added the Egg McMuffin, creating the breakfast market. In 1979, the Happy Meal revolutionized how restaurants marketed to children. Kroc's marketing was brilliant. He understood that McDonald's wasn't selling hamburgers, it was selling convenience, consistency, and experience. The "You Deserve a Break Today" campaign 1971 became one of advertising's most successful slogans. McDonald's advertised relentlessly on television, targeting families and children. The real estate strategy continued generating massive profits. By the 1970s, McDonald's real estate company owned or controlled thousands of properties worth billions. This real estate portfolio generated stable income independent of restaurant sales. By 1974, Ray Kroc's personal net worth exceeded $500 million, about $3 billion today. He was 72 years old. The man who'd been $30,000 in debt at age 52 was now one of America's richest people. McDonald's had over 3,000 locations generating over $1 billion in annual revenue. Kroc remained active in the company until his death, though he gradually reduced his operational involvement. He focused on quality control, making surprise restaurant inspections well into his 70s. He bought the San Diego Padres baseball team in 1974 for $12 million, fulfilling a lifelong dream. Ray Kroc died on January 14, 1984, at age 81. At his home in San Diego, his personal net worth at death was approximately $600 million, about $1.7 billion today. His widow, Joan Kroc, inherited his fortune and became one of America's great philanthropists, eventually donating over $3 billion to charity. At Kroc's death, McDonald's had over 7,500 restaurants in 32 countries. The company's market capitalization exceeded $8 billion. McDonald's was the world's largest restaurant chain, serving 17 million customers daily. The Golden Arches were more recognized globally than the Christian Cross. Kroc's business innovations transformed American industry. He proved that systems and consistency could scale indefinitely. He showed that franchising could build global empires if quality was ruthlessly enforced. He demonstrated that real estate could generate more profit than the core business. Every modern franchise, from Subway to Starbucks to Marriott, uses principles Kroc pioneered. His story also revealed darker truths about American capitalism. Kroc built his fortune on the McDonald brothers' invention, paid them a fraction of its value, then competed directly against them. He prioritized expansion over franchisee welfare, terminating hundreds of franchises that didn't meet his standards. He worked employees at minimum wage while building personal wealth exceeding $600 million. But Kroc's defenders argued he transformed the brothers' single restaurant into a global empire worth billions. Without Kroc's vision, drive, and execution, McDonald's would have remained one location in San Bernardino. The brothers lacked the ambition, skills, and hunger to build what Kroc built. Today, McDonald's serves over 69 million customers daily in over 100 countries. The company operates over 40,000 restaurants globally. Its annual revenue exceeds $23 billion. Its market capitalization exceeds $200 billion. None of this would exist without Ray Kroc's vision and relentless execution. Ray Kroc was 52 years old and $30,000 in debt when he walked into a small burger restaurant in San Bernardino, California. He'd failed at everything: paper cups, real estate, music, milkshake machines. Most people his age were planning retirement. Kroc was about to build the most successful restaurant franchise in history. His secret wasn't the food. The McDonald brothers invented the system. His secret was seeing what others missed: that consistency, speed, and systems could be replicated anywhere. That real estate could generate more profit than hamburgers. That ruthless quality control would be creativity and innovation. He was right about everything. Kroc worked 70-hour weeks well into his 70s. He borrowed millions he didn't have to buy out the McDonald brothers. He inspected restaurants personally, picking up litter and screaming at managers who didn't maintain standards. He built Hamburger University to train franchisees. He created operations manuals specifying every detail from potato types to oil temperature. 20 years after that first visit to San Bernardino, Ray Kroc had built an $8 billion empire. At his death, his net worth exceeded $600 million. McDonald's was the world's most recognized brand. The Golden Arches were more famous than the Christian Cross. The failed salesman who couldn't sell milkshake machines became the world's greatest entrepreneur by age 52. That's not just a business story. That's proof that age is irrelevant, failure is temporary, and vision matters more than talent. Ray Kroc didn't invent McDonald's, but he made it immortal.